is to showcase an XC20 Explorer I built. So, what are XC20 tokens? XC20 are tokens on the Moonbeam network that are native to other networks. For example, XCKSM is native to Kusama network, XCKAR is native to Karura network, and etc. So this is actually an attempt towards Dorax hackathon, and there's a need for an XCM Explorer, but a full XCM Explorer is kind of a, it's sort of challenging because there are different kind of modules and packages that are triggered, such as Parachine system, XCM, Q, and etc. So this is to monitor the deposit and withdrawal of XC20 tokens. So the problem here is that when XC20 tokens are deposited from another network, there's no way to trace them. So for example, if you look at the XCKSM token, you can't see deposits and withdrawals. Of course, you can see transfers from one address to another address, but you can't view the minting. For example, if you look at the non-address, which is the address that triggers minting and burning of assets, it's quite that there's no transfer or transactions. So that's the problem. People don't know when their asset has been deposited on the mobile network or when it has been withdrawn successfully. So the app is on xc20-ui.basset.app, and this is the UI. Let me refresh. So when the request is loading, it's going to show loading, and then on the top we have two navigation to go to the home address and to search by address. Sorry, to go to the home page and to search by address. So here we can view the events in which XC20 tokens are transferred, and it contains both transfer, deposits, and withdrawals. So from a normal address to a normal address are transfers, but from non-address, which is 000, as we can see here, there are deposits and withdrawals. When it is to the non-address, then that is a withdrawal, and when it is from the non-address, that is a deposit. So if you click on the link, it will take us to Subscan to view the extrinsic or the events that were triggered at that transaction. So here we can see that this is actually a download message that was received based on the module. And if you take a look at another one, okay, it must be from the same extrinsic. Yeah, it's from the same extrinsic. So, and then we can actually click on the non-address so that we can view all the transactions from the address. So you can see that recently we have XCKSM. So later on I will add time in a new column, since it's much better than looking at events. And the events are the block dash the event index. So this is actually powered by subquery, and I don't have the subquery opened presently. So you can even query the GraphQL if you want something more customized. So here we can view the minting and the burning of XC20. I won't call it mint and burn because they are not really minted and burn, but the deposit and withdrawals can be viewed here. You can view the extrinsic that they are attached to. So, and of course you can also search by address. So let me pick an address. Okay, let's take this one as an example. So you can search by address, Ctrl V, and then press the enter button. So this is actually the admin for X tokens, and yes, so most of the deposits are the gas fees. And yeah, so that's all. Viewing deposits is not currently possible with Moonscan. For example, if you look at this address, it has a balance of almost 0.2, but it has no deposit and no withdrawal or transfer. That's because the deposit is not actually triggering the mint event on the contract. So that's all on the XC Explorer, but I also have projects, other projects going on. I would say they are garbage, but if you like to see a unified Explorer for the Moonbeam or the Moonriver network, I'll link the Discord server in the description so you can join and give us feedback or talk about things you like to see in a new Explorer. So the Explorer is having a number of issues right now, a lot of issues. First of all, the current block is not yet complete, but there's a bug, so it can't index more blocks, and most of the queries take very long time, and therefore they crash. So because if you try to read the statistics or the transactions, you can't view them because the query will crash. But we can view a block I was checking recently, and if you take a look at the block, you can view the extrinsics and the transactions in the same UI. However, while I was about to record the video, the transaction page is not working. I don't know why, so that's another issue. Well, if you like to see a unified Explorer, I think it will be very useful, then join the Discord server so that we can talk. And that thing I was working on, which while testing, I discovered that the values are not accurate, and that's the staking on Moonbeam, how to track staking, so that you can know when you're about to be kicked out of the top 100 or the top 300 delegators, or when your candidate is slipping out. So it's on subquery at the moment. Yes, so you can check the data on subquery, but I actually prefer to use Apollo Studio. So you can look at blogs and the authors, and also check the number of blogs that they've authored, which will help in calculating the APY of each author. You can view a candidate and the delegation they have, and you can also check the sum of the candidates. Though this is, like I said, the data while testing it, I discovered that it is inaccurate compared to what we have on Subscan. But if you like what you see and you like to get involved in future project, then follow the Discord, or you can follow us on GitHub also. Yes, that's it. Thank you very much.